This episode is brought to you by ZocDoc.
Darby, have you ever driven over an hour to see that one specialist in your insurance network?
No.
It's horrible.
Oh.
But if you use ZocDoc, all those problems are gone. Stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/IMHO to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today.
That's ZocDoc.com/IMHO. ZocDoc.com/IMHO.
Ask us your questions. We'll give you our opinions. Tell us your stories. We'll give you our opinions. Read us from your diary. We'll give you our opinions. It's in my homosexual opinion. IMHO, the podcast. Hello, everyone. My name's Alexis P. Bevel. Wait, that's not how we do this.
Yes.
That's Darby over there.
Oh, yes, thank you. And I'm Darby over here.
And I'm Alexis. And today we're going to be doing a little bit softer, a little quieter. Everything's fine, but we're just both feeling a little vibrationally like lower today.
My vibrator got turned off by the government.
I just lowered my settings.
Lower vibration.
If those of us who have commented they like to listen to us to go to sleep, this is going to be a really good episode to go to sleep to.
No, well, you know what? Alexis is correct. We have our live show coming up this
weekend.
We're
in full prep. We're in tech week,
technically. Currently.
Yeah.
And both of our technical sides are a little rusty.
Yeah.
And we also, for some reason, decided to book 2 live shows the week.
We have 2 live shows this
I don't know why.
Yeah, tonight. Well, it'll already happen. But actually, tonight, if you're hearing this, there might still be some tickets available when this comes out. We're going to be at the Dynasty Typewriter.
Oh, yeah, on Thursday.
For Love It or Leave It with John Lovett. Now, he is not the same John Lovett from The Critic. It's not him. So I want to get that straight because that is
Critic.
It is a show.
Oh my God, y'all!
Oh, before Simpsons, before
Critic.
Family Guy, before cartoons
it
for adults.
Before The Simpsons.
Well, before cartoons for adults.
Well, Simpsons was cartoon for adult.
Okay, besides The Simpsons.
I'm feeling very adversarial today, and I'll tell you why.
Go.
Because I was a complete bitch to you last night while we were filming.
Oh, I don't feel that way.
In my head, I was.
Okay.
And I said I could either apologize or I could push harder. You didn't pick up on my bad energy last night, did you? A little? I tried to hide it. It wasn't your fault.
I don't think I did. I'm better at knowing that it's not my fault lately.
Good.
Except for not today. Today I'm feeling...
What do you mean?
Today and just in general, I'm like, am I okay? Like, is everyone mad at me?
No one's mad at you.
Okay.
I just felt really, like, as soon as you got in the car, I just felt really embarrassed.
Oh, you don't need to be.
I know, but like while I do have a phone call with a therapist today to set up an appointment later in the week.
Oh,
or I mean a psychiatrist.
The one with the medicine.
Mm-hmm. Doctor. I'm really excited.
You're going to ask him about Celexa?
Well, I have to go in person. With this particular practice, they're like, we do telehealth, but we at least want to like meet you and talk to you if we're going to do medical management. Because that's all I'm doing is just medicine. Anyway, fun fact, their office is next door to the Academy Museum and the La Brea Tar Pits. So I'm going to go get my head checked. And then I'm going to go check on the La Brea Tar Pits, see if I can see any other heads.
You know
of
what?
Dinosaurs?
You'd think it's smelly.
And I love the Academy Museum.
So tar.
I love it.
I think
I go
it's
a lot.
You think it's
too much.
I've still never been.
I love a Hollywood.
I would love to go.
Well, come with me to my psychiatrist. You could say, hey,
when's
doc.
When's your meeting?
I don't know. We're doing phone call to set meeting.
So if it's after the live
I
show,
think they're doing a phone call just to make
come.
sure that I'm not absolutely
You're not
insane.
a scam artist.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to tell you, you look fantastic. I'm obsessed with this crop fur.
Thanks. I want it to look like grass.
For those listening, it's like a crop top fur, faux fur. It's black, but ombre with neon green tips. So she does kind of look like grass, but like rave.
I'm rave grass. Thank you. I'm Raven-Symon.
I saw her at a hot pot restaurant once, and her
wife. We also
wife.
saw her at Mom's studio. No, we heard her.
We only heard her, but when I saw her at Hot Pot, I heard her exclaim that,
"Oh, my pot's too hot."
No. Her wife wanted to sit there with her, but I don't know if they're married, right? I don't know.
They're both girls. How does that work?
she had a female partner there. I think they're together because they host the podcast together.
Nice.
And her wife has a lot of food allergies and she doesn't eat meat and all that stuff. And hot pot is literally like you put the meat in and stuff. So she wanted to sit there, but it's an all you can eat situation. So restaurants like that are usually like, well, no, if you sit here, you do have to pay.
Yeah.
But she's like, I'm absolutely not eating. There's too many allergy restrictions. I just want to sit there. And they did ultimately let them sit there, which I thought was
Raven.
nice.
I wouldn't argue with Raven.
No, I wouldn't either. I did not say hi. They were busy and we were finishing up.
Thank you for doing that. Thank you for giving
But
her
I wanted
her
her to,
space,
yeah.
her privacy.
I've always said.
But and you can't stop saying it. But no, we are a little tired. We are a little tired.
We're a little tired, but we have a jam-packed show for you today. I have some really good emails. Last week was a departure. Every once in a while, we're going to do a little departure from the format. And I had so much fun with our bestie Rachel, our bestie Rachel.
Oh my God. And so much positive feedback for
Mr. Austin. Well, he's
Austina.
just he's like a diamond.
He's the sweetest boy.
He's
I
so
just
sweet.
love him so much.
He has a gig this Friday. Everyone should check out.
What is it?
At Hot Brothers Band on Instagram. I don't know, but they're so much fun.
They're playing the smelly.
They played the Smell last weekend. This Friday is a different show. We can't go because we're going to be in Chicago.
The
But,
Hairy.
I don't know, but everyone should go. They're so good and they're so funny. They tell little jokes in between.
They do?
Yeah, Austin, he
They have
can't
a
help
tight
it.
vibe.
He's just so funny.
He's very funny.
He doesn't belabor it, but he will be like, well, I don't want to give away. He says like a couple of things every show.
He has like
and it's really
go-tos.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
he's just so charming.
Everyone show up, find out
So
what the
thank you all
things
for the
are, and then put it in the comments.
Thank you all for the sweet comments
And we'll make
about
him get new
about
jokes.
Austin. It made him feel
He's
really
the
good.
sweetest. He's the sweetest.
I'm so grateful to be with him.
I'm grateful that you're with him. You're so much easier to me.
Thank you so much.
I'm glad you're happy.
I'm glad you're
I
happy.
hope you're happy. Oh, yeah. That's a sneak peek for the show.
That's a
coming
sneak
this
peek
weekend.
for the show. I was admiring your ring before because tell me about this again.
So my mama died. Mm-hmm. Devastating loss.
She used to work for us. She used to color pages for us, and we would.
Yeah, thank you to everyone who bought a Mama color page because now that she's dead, it's worth
Like a
the
coloring
same
book.
it was worth before she died.
Well, she could have been the next Georgia O'Keeffe.
But she's not. She's dead.
Now
Well,
she's-
no, wait, Georgia O'Keeffe's dead. Yeah, she is Georgia O'Keeffe.
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't make it to her home until like a week after she kicked it.
You are always showing up late. For
And
things.
well, I do live across the country, and all of my other cousins had taken all the good jewelry. So I got all her costume jewelry, which mostly
I
came
feel
from
like you got the good jewelry.
which mostly came from a Christian MLM fake jewelry scheme.
Men loving men.
Men loving men. Well, okay. So the president of this company that went broke a couple years ago, Premier Designs,
Mm-hmm.
is my mega church pastor's daughter.
Gail,
Was.
yes.
Gail.
Yeah.
She can eat my cock. Do you hear me? And I don't mean in the fun, sexy way, Gail. I don't mean in the fun, sexy way that your husband does it. I'm saying you can eat it raw when I'm dead, you bitch.
Her name's Gail. Is she full of hot air?
She's full of that and a lot more. Diabetes, actually. It is sad. Anyway, her husband's gay as fuck. He's like one of the gayest people I've ever met. Like, I remember being a kid and meeting this man and going, I'm going to be like that one day. And I am. And I am. And Gail, your husband's gay.
I have a long.
Eat my dead cock, Gail.
I have a long story that I don't know
We
what's
should
going
make
to
new
pay
merch.
off.
Eat my dead cock, Gail.
Annie, will you write that down?
Annie,
Annalise.
will you start
We just got
designing that?
huge news that Annie's real name is Annalise, and that's what I'm calling her from now on.
Oh my God. I have a fun Elise story. I knew this girl named Elise. You know my promise ring that my parents got us when we were 13?
Yeah.
And my dad's jeweler friend, Riyadh, he just died. He made the rings.
His name is
daughter-
Riyadh?
His name was Riyadh. Now he's re-dead.
I like that. Oh,
But his daughter was my dad's secretary, much younger than him. And I always thought that they were having an affair. Her name was Elise.
fun. Well, I'm rewatching Handmaid's Tale right now.
Elise and my dad, very similar situation.
Yeah, I'm rewatching Handmaid's Tale. It's part of the, now that I'm on anti-anxiety, I'm trying things that before would give me anxiety.
I love that.
Well, like
That's a
being
great idea.
being outside now in the 80s and 90s is not miserable. Like I walked to film with you last night and I wasn't a bitch when I walked in.
You were in a great mood.
Yeah.
I was a bitch. Wow.
I didn't notice you were a bitch. Oh, wow.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Owen Wilson's here today. So I'm watching Handmaid's Tale, and I'm in season, I think, 3, the end of season 3. And I fell off somewhere around there. I don't remember exactly what happened.
Isn't it wild that someone, the star of The Handmaid's Tale, is in a cult?
Yeah,
It's
but I
kinda
was
dark.
talking, this might be, I'm probably uninformed about it. But out of all
Correct.
the religions,
The first honest thing you've said.
absolutely. I'm willing to admit when I'm ill-informed.
Out of all the religions, what? I want to
Out
hear
of all the
this.
religions, that's not the first one I'm kicking. If I get to choose one to kick off, I think I'm starting with like fundamentalist Christianity.
Oh, 100%.
And then I'm going to Catholicism.
But it's still a cancer. It's still a malignant cancer.
Yeah.
Remember that. Remember that. I want to be one of those people. Well,
But
I
here's
don't,
the thing,
'cause I don't
though.
wanna
It
get involved,
only affects
but-
people who have a lot of money. And rich people are making it so a lot of people can't have a lot of money. So it doesn't affect most of us.
Oh, yeah, Scientology will never touch me. Not like the
Scientology
Catholic
can't
Church
touch
can.
people if you don't
You
have
know what I
money.
mean?
Is that what I'm saying? I mean, if Scientology's listening and they want to come after me, I'm very susceptible.
She would be, she doesn't have anything, so you'd be fucked money-wise.
I have a lot of gowns.
But she's very easily manipulated. Okay? Before she met me, she thought for sure she was a cis man. She did. I manipulated her into this because
This
I
is a
wanted to start
joke.
making trans jokes.
This is a joke.
I had some amazing trans jokes, and I said, well, if I make this one, and you know what? That makes me
If it hadn't have
an
been
ally.
me, who else would have been? Michael, maybe?
It would have been Michaela. Yeah. Michael Marino would be Michaela Marino.
No, I kind of always knew. I used to hide a poodle skirt under my bed. And one time my mom found it and she said, "What is that?" And I swore then and there I would never again not have a dust ruffle. Darby, I have to thank you. As you know, I went and got my crown.
Yes, you're my queen.
Nobody tells you, okay, when they take the root canal,
Yeah.
when they canal my roots,
Yeah.
that takes forever and
Yes,
it's
it
painful
does.
and it's horrible.
Yeah, it is.
But when you go get your crown, it's like 20 minutes. They pop off that temporary and
Yeah,
they
it's
put that
amazing.
crown on. And it's all thanks to you that it was such a smooth process because you went to ZocDoc, got yourself a dentist.
I did.
And then you gave me that
I
dentist's
did.
name.
I did.
Yeah.
I love a review, okay? And so if I can go to a website and I don't have to leave a review, but I can read them, I'm going to use them.
Yeah.
And ZocDoc is filled with reviews. And it actually, I found them before they were sponsoring this episode. Woo.
I understand why you like this dentist because he was a little shady to me.
Was he? Was he mean?
He wasn't mean. He was well within his rights, but I go, "Can you recommend a toothpaste?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's not so much about the toothpaste. You actually have to brush your teeth."
You know what? I'm going to go to ZocDoc.com right now and leave a positive review because I love a doctor who tells the
He
truth.
didn't say it like that. He was like, "It's the brushing that helps with the buildup, but
Yeah,
you
no,
need a
that's
deep
true.
cleaning first,
But
and then we'll get to
I prefer
that."
the first way he said it. Also, you might be asking, what is ZocDoc? What are they talking about? I don't understand this. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment.
So stop putting off those doctor's appointments. Just go to ZocDoc.com/IMHO to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today.
That's ZocDoc.com/IMHO. ZocDoc.com/IMHO. Your mother. It's so funny hearing these stories because she is so different now.
She's different.
She's such a P-flag mom. She's such a
Yeah.
fight for gay and queer.
Yeah.
Good for her. Happy Pride.
I love her
Happy
so
Pride
much.
to Debbie.
It's been nice to, happy Pride to Debbie. It's been nice.
Her Debbie.
It's been really cool. Yeah,
my
my
Debbie,
Debbie.
can suck an egg.
Yeah. Well,
A dead cock egg. What is that? Why am I into that? Oh, you know what it was? I was watching Murder, Mystery, and Makeup with Bailey Sarian, and I watched one where at the end of this 2 weeks of torture, this guy cut this guy's penis off and ate it.
oh,
I'm not in support of that, by the way.
no.
Just for Gail.
Well, speaking about your shitty parents,
Yeah.
I do actually have a really
Jump
good
scare.
first email.
Can I tell you? Oh, sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted us to stay on track with our brand. I called my brother today,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I wish I could. I'm not at home." And I was like, "Where are you?" And he's like, I'm in Memphis at our parents' house."
What is he doing there?
Dad is on the verge of death at all times, but refuses to die because it's his last evil deed is to stay alive forever. And
What is it? A chicken can run around still for a couple hours after its head is cut off?
couple hours? Jesus Christ. If that were true.
Jesus Christ also lived after he was killed.
That's true. He did. It took him a few days though.
Yeah.
More than a couple hours. No.
He had to regenerate.
He's doing
Get his shield back
assistive
up.
technology, which I appreciate that.
AI, Megan.
He's doing AI Megan. He's got a Megan installed
He's
with my
getting a
dad.
Megan installed.
No, like my mom works because my dad, lost all their money. So my mom is working at retirement age. She doesn't have time to take care of this bumbling old man. Bumbling racist old man. So I just want to make sure you got a full picture.
Bracist.
And a racist old man. So Grant is just like installing different assistive tech things around the house. So dad,
different kinds of Megans.
basically when he falls, he can say, oops, I fell. And then they can come.
I've fallen and I can't get up, which is a line from the new season of And Just Like That. Carrie falls and she calls Miranda and says it. That's a spoiler. I'm here for it. I love that show.
I love the cheesy too. Like I can really get behind it. I hate everything she's wearing, but I love the cheese.
Well, now we can watch it with the eyes of what is this crazy old
woman
doing with these fashions. I love it. I'm never going to not
Also-
love it. Don't come at me with hate about that.
I'm glad you have it. I'm glad it brings you so much joy. No, you know what? I was going to say, I wish there was a show on right now that I felt the same way about, and there is.
Tell me.
And I only have one episode left. Couples Therapy. The new season of Couples Therapy is on. I love Dr. Orna with all of my heart. She, I think, is one of the most interesting, dynamic.
Her name is Dr. Orna.
Her name is Orna. Her first name is Orna.
At the end of each session, does she go, so you going to take my advice or not?
Orna. She should. Wait, get it on the phone. TM. Copyright. Anyway,
Annalise, can you write that down?
I love watching that show. I love watching couples go through things. It is uncomfortable to sit next to your partner during it because inevitably something will come up that feels very similar to like your shit.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely loving it. Anyway, but all goes to say, back to Grant, it really caught me off guard when I heard that he was there. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And he's flying back to Orlando on Thursday
To
and
come
then
to
flying
Chicago on
to Friday. And I was like, why don't you just stay in Memphis? I could have just flown you up from there.
But watch your dad die on Friday and Grant have to miss the show.
Well, no, Grant would have caused the death, so he'd be running anyway.
Megan.
Yeah, he's Meganing.
Well, I would love to. That's a terrific segue, if I may.
Great. Good transition.
You do have to wear a helmet when you ride a Segway. I learned that living in Chicago. So let me kind of put on my helmet here. Okay.
It's a little crooked.
It's okay. I have a wig on underneath.
Okay.
Hi, ladies. I recently found your podcast and it brings me great joy over and over again.
Lucky.
I just wanted to reach out and let Darby know that I won. My dad died 2 days ago and I immediately needed to...
bitch!
And I immediately needed to flex my first place finish. Best wishes in your journey to join the Dead Dad Club. Rest in peace, Harambe, baddie with a dead daddy, aka Hannah. She wrote that.
Hannah! Fuck you!
Hannah!
You emailing to brag, you bitch. Well, congratulations.
Congratulations. I hope he was really bad. I hope he was a registered voter.
Your dad's going to live forever.
Yeah, he looks 45.
He looks 45. He's 75. He thinks he looks 45. Hannah, congratulations.
Congratulations,
That's really
Hannah.
exciting. Be kind to yourself in this moment.
Yeah.
Even when your dad's a bad dad and he dies, there's still very
It's
complicated
okay to
feelings.
remember the good times.
It's okay to mourn the loss of like the good one, the good part of your dad. I feel like that's where I'll be. I feel like I have very complicated feelings and
Yeah, I love when you talk about like how he would help you with art. Like he was really creative and he would do artsy stuff with y'all and
he was at every play, every show choir performance.
Oh.
He was just a very supportive
And he
dad.
kinda
As
started
long as
you
there weren't
on
any
your-
black people there. Then
Right,
he
right,
got
right.
kind of mean.
Yeah, no, it's tough.
Yeah.
Being a human.
He was a really good racist. He's
being
one
a-
of the nice racists.
Okay.
You know?
Being an offspring of a human can be complicated.
Very.
Um,
I didn't ask to come out of his balls. I didn't. My mom forced me out by being too hot. Is this good for anyone?
Do you want to read this next one?
I would love to. Hey ladies, Messy Queen here. Love the pod. Love IMHO. Love you. I'm watching Overcompensating on Prime. Watched it. Thoughts? As a European from a small country with one university, I always loved how college life is represented in American media. Would you say it's an authentic representation? Was your college experience like what we see in movies and TV? Any fun stories? Love you from across the pond. Judy. Jugi, Jugi, Googie,
Googie.
Googie, Gugi, Googie. I'm going with Googie because it's cute.
Yeah.
Googie, if I got this wrong, your name is Googie now.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. You watched it. You watched Overcompensating.
I watched
Benito
it.
Skinner.
I had, yeah.
You said that I would hate it, but that Curtis would like it, so we started watching it.
Okay.
We've only watched the first 2 episodes.
Okay. How do you feel?
I love it.
You too.
I'm having a really good time. I'm having a really good time. I too.
I'll admit when I'm
say,
wrong.
Googie. I will say, well, I get why you thought I might not like it because hot, gay, and youth, and those are things that upset me.
Well, can I tell you actually specific to the very first 2 episodes?
Yeah.
I don't know if I was on board right away. And I figured out why. It's because Benito Skinner, the creator and the star, he is very popular on TikTok. And he's very, very
hot.
silly, funny. Yes, he's very hot. But he does these very silly characters. So I think I went into it with the expectation of I'm going to see a silly kind of new gay version of like Jim Carrey doing silly slapstick things. And he's not playing
like
that so
Dawson.
far.
Yeah.
He's not playing that so far, and he's even playing like a young gay man new in college pretending to fit in with the straight boys, pretending to be straight. He's closeted, and he's overcompensating. Oh, that's why it's called that.
She got it.
So I wasn't sold,
You
but
get to
I
see
did
him
watch the
basically
whole
naked.
thing.
It's worth it.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
He's gorgeous.
He and Mary Beth Barone are both
He
great.
is gorgeous.
Yeah, he's
His
very
jaw,
attractive.
His voice, that smile.
The butt. It's all good. It's all great.
On.
And then you got that Adam DeMarco from season 2 of White Lotus who's in it.
Unrecognizable. Can I tell you? It wasn't until the first episode was over where Curtis was like, "That's the guy from White Lotus." I was like, "What guy?" Because he plays this like
he
dirty
plays
straight
a
guy.
completely different character.
I was so
Horny.
aghast and horny.
A gag.
A gags, if you will.
A gag googie.
Can I say something mean? No.
You're welcome to. Do you want to touch the grass while you say it?
I'm gonna say this. His love interest in the show, the boy, is hot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
However,
But when you got Adam DeMarco right there.
his initial number one, yes. But the first scene where he sees him for the first time and he's on the little golf cart and it's like, oh, the angle with which
He was
he was introduced. Curtis and I both went, oh, that was not what I was expecting. But then the second time we see him, I'm like, oh wait, that's what I was expecting.
Well, you wanted to be blown away.
I wanted to have the same reaction Benito Skinner did.
I'll say couple more things about this show is Holmes, new actress. I don't know if you've met her yet, but the main girl, she's her roommate, the funny.
Yeah, from Hacks.
She's hilarious.
And from that show.
She's hilarious and she is a standout. Also, that girl is a standout. The one
She's
that
great. She's gorgeous.
She is so good.
Her
I
boobs
want
are
her
huge. Bless her heart.
Yeah, but
Her poor back.
besides that, I loved her acting, and I think
I
she
loved her
can do it
boobs.
all. I really like that series. Now, to get to your question, did it align with
American
college? Not my experience, a little bit though, because I do remember crazy parties.
It's all exaggerated, but yeah, sorta.
Based on truth, yeah.
Yeah, sorta.
But I didn't go to like a state school or anything.
The thing that I think stood out to me, first of all, I went to a Southern Baptist college in Mississippi, so it was very different from my experience. And then I did end up going to a public college later. I would say like it's exaggerated for television, but like, yeah, it's pretty accurate. The thing that struck me was there are no adults. Like no one works at the college, just the teachers. So the teachers stay in their rooms. And when they're done teaching, they go home. Because the amount of, like they stole a golf cart, they're driving that around. The amount of just stuff that's happening, can you get away with that shit? They they'll do random dorm searches for alcohol and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So when they're just kind of like wandering around with alcohol throughout the dorm, I think that may not be the case, but yeah, it's pretty accurate.
I don't know. I think it depends. So I think
That's
there's
true,
a lot
that's
of looking the
true.
other way. I don't know because you went to religion. I went to private that was like in Chicago, the city.
Yeah, the city proper.
So it wasn't like.
But I will say, like doing that gig in Champaign, Illinois, is a very college town.
Oh yeah.
And
It
yes,
seems like everyone's just let loose.
Yeah, you
And
just kind of like
flood in the streets.
that. I wasn't confident enough in myself to really enjoy that
No,
I don't think.
I wasn't either.
But if I could go back, if I could redo my college experience, I would love to do
Like a classic.
what I'm seeing on the
school.
TV.
Yeah.
You know? What I'm saying is even the vibe in like the Champaign college town or any college town I've ever been to. College towns, that's why they're called college towns. Like that Walmart is like the college town Walmart. And that Chili's is, that's the Chili's in the college town. Like it's all part of the same culture. It's a vibe.
I really want
It's a vibe.
Chili's. I really want Chili's.
a
Oh my
vibe.
God, when we go to Chicago, we can have Chili's too on the way back.
Yeah, and we will.
We always get there
always
early
go to
so we
Chili's
can
too.
go to the Chili's too.
We always go to Chili's too. It's the only time I eat beef because I don't think it's actual beef.
Yeah, we get the queso,
The queso.
fundido.
I don't think it's actual beef.
One time we got to the airport, got through security, went to Chili's too, and only after we had fully sat there for like an hour did I realize I left my bag in the bathroom.
Yeah.
They still had it, but they had to.
Allison Hammond.
They had to. I love her. They opened it and they were like, "All right, so what's in there?" And I was like, like 3 wigs and some silicone breasts." Because it was
And?
drag. That was
And
all that was
what?
in there. That was all that was in there.
Yeah, and they should be happy that they got to see it.
Yeah.
You've got gorgeous silicone breasts.
I haven't seen them in a long time because I've just been using my own.
Oh yeah, you've got real ones now.
Yeah.
Feel powerful with those?
Yeah, but I do think I
You
should
do
get
almost
some sort of
anything.
like screen on my window because now that I have those sheer curtains, I'm like, no one can see through these. You can absolutely see.
I will say, as someone who sat outside your house the other day across the street and was looking up at your window,
You couldn't see
I
through.
couldn't see shit.
Oh, good.
At night, when it's dark outside and you have all the lights on,
No, I
that's
turn
a
the
different story.
lights off.
That's a different story.
I want to turn the
But
lights
during the
off.
day, no, let your nips out. They gotta breathe
Well, speaking of nighttime activities,
and settle.
this
They
is
have to breathe and settle.
there's a TLDR. Too long didn't read. I'm not going to read that.
Oh, great.
Dear Darby and Alexis, longtime watcher and listener of the IMHO multiverse, I wanted to get your thoughts on something that's been pressing me for a while, which I think you both would have good knowledge of since you are working drag queens. I feel as if the certain generation of younger millennials and Gen Z queer folk less and less are going out and even turn their noses at enjoying gay bar life/nightlife. I'm 30. I know so young, so fresh, parentheses. And I feel as if the bars are just always dead now. Sometimes feels like pulling teeth and getting my own friends to come out and enjoy a drink and socialize with other people in the community. People talk about the sadness of closing gay bars and spaces, but then never attend these establishments, which are usually the pillars and roots of the gay community. Maybe it's just my friend group, but have you seen this? Especially since you have the experience working in these establishments. Signed, Brandon. Yes, you both are in my close friends. P.S. I have the he gave us his Insta at box_ox_ox. P.S. I have the nickname Box amongst my friends because there is another Brandon in my close friend group. I feel as if I meet a new gay Brandon in Houston. Shout out to Alexis. Please visit. I'm begging you monthly. And I've stated multiple times that I would like a Hunger Games style event where we all fight to the death for the one true gay Brandon name.
I would watch that. What's his thingy?
At box_ox_ox. And he is hot.
Yeah, well, he said close friends. I want to see if I can see his wiener. _ox.
Yeah.
There it is.
Can you see Ween?
No, but you're right.
Yeah, he's
is
hot.
So hot.
He's
okay,
hot.
wait. Let me see if he's done a close friends. No close friends today, but I follow back.
When-
I love hot.
Yeah. When I started reading this the other day, I was thinking about how, yeah, probably with the rise of like apps and also with the pandemic and just like not going out for a
What
couple
was the
of years.
question about why bars are closing?
Why people aren't seeming to be into going to gay bars as much.
Oh, we're the wrong people to ask. We're 40. That's why we don't go.
But I also think like when the pandemic happened, weren't you just so relieved that you didn't even have to go out?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the pandemic changed a lot.
I think the pandemic changed.
It was really good for us.
And also like social
personally.
media, like you meet people on the apps now, you do
Yeah.
Instagram, so you don't have to actually hang out with someone to see how they're doing. Like,
And people
which
aren't
I think is
drinking as
sad.
much anymore.
yeah, I think people
the
aren't
culture
drinking
is
as much.
changing.
I do think it's a little sad because like before the internet, that's all gay people had is like we would go to bars and be with each other and have that kind of community. But now we don't have to.
Yeah,
so
I
why
mean,
do?
Progress is not linear, so there are ups and downs in all progress.
Progress
But I
is
think part
pretty
of-
linear. There's two progresses, right? There's one in Lakeview and one in Andersonville.
She's talking about a gay bar.
Oh.
Yeah, like as we progress to being more visible in all areas, in all scenes. Yeah, I think we'll start to lose our areas, and I think that's just kind of part of it.
I think that's kind of. I do think it's sad. I mean,
I don't think it's sad because I've already done it. It doesn't personally affect me, and I'm a Leo, so I'm fine. No, but I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, sound off in the comments, though. I'd love to hear from younger people. Why aren't you going? Why aren't you going?
Well, even like going to see drag shows, like you should absolutely go see local drag. That's going to be where you see some cool stuff. But no one has to anymore because they can watch Drag Race.
You will see really bad stuff, and it's funny.
Or they can watch YouTube.
It's funny.
Or they can watch TikTok. Like
you could tell that story for a long time.
Yeah.
You might see someone poop out their butt while they're doing the Celine Dion song. You never know.
'Cause I'm your lady and you are my man. That's copyright. We can't use the poop sound.
True.
I do think it's sad. I think some spaces are pretty cool, but it's like everything.
I do think some spaces are pretty cool.
I think it's like everything. It's like everything's expensive. What's the point of going out when you can just...
What's the point of going out in a room?
What's that from?
I was trying to do... Listen, we have a show this weekend. I'm just trying to stay...
Limber musically.
Yeah. I never know when I'm going to have to just suddenly start singing. Oh my God, I forgot to bring this up when we filmed last night, but I was watching the newest Drag Race. Sorry for talking about it. But Georges did the most Alexis thing ever.
No.
Yeah. So Chapel Roan was in the room and it was her talking head and she was saying like, I know all of you wish you were in this room with Chapel. She had the longest Chapel.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean. I never talk like that.
It was funny. It was funny to me.
What's a gay bar that you really liked going to? I have one immediately that comes to mind.
Do it.
It's in Chicago. It's called Elixir, and it was a quiet.
Oh yeah.
It was quieter, so you could like hear. We're so old. You could hear yourself talk. We're so old.
You can watch TV.
You can watch.
You ever want to go to a gay bar and just watch TV?
Actually, I got to host the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones viewings there, and I love bingo, but that was my favorite gig ever because literally all I had to do was say welcome, and then wear a cute outfit, and then I laid out the rules. I said, you may not talk while this show is on. If you're not here to watch it, go next door. You may not use the hand dryer. There have been paper towels laid out for you. You cannot use the hand dryer when you go to the bathroom. In fact, please no one go to the bathroom.
I don't wash my hands anyway.
And everyone must drink. And again, no talking. And if you do talk, I'm going to ask you to leave. This is a warning. It was so fun. And you would just get really
drunk. That also helped.
And then I got really drunk. He made this fantastic drink that was like coffee. Oh.
Yeah. So she was like, I'm not actually drinking because it's coffee.
You can see some of those videos on my YouTube.
Yeah, I loved going to Elixir. I don't know. It depends on the vibe. Listen, I love a replay moment. There's a bar that has a bunch of like old, what do you call them?
Playing machines.
Arcade machines.
Arcade machine.
Yeah, getting drunk and playing arcade games for free. That's fun.
You know, I went on a date with a man once and we went to, what is that term called when you go and it's food on a big
buffet?
No, on a grill in front of you.
Benihana?
Yeah, kind of like that. And then he took me to his house afterwards and he showed me his basement where he was collecting old pinball machines.
Oh, don't go in the basement.
No, the basement was like nicely redone and there was like 4 or 5 pinball machines down there.
Girlies, never go in the basement.
But they weren't plugged in. And then he respectfully drove me home. He didn't put a move on me at all. And then the next day, I had accidentally left my leftovers in his car. He was like, hey, I'm going to bring you your leftovers. And I thought, okay, this is it. We're going to kiss. He's just obviously saying he wants to bring my leftovers over as a ruse so he can kiss me.
Was it cold? Why would the leftovers be in his car and still be okay the next day? Was it cold?
I'm assuming he took them into the fridge.
Was it cold?
The food? When I got it?
The weather.
I don't remember.
Because if it was cold, he could have just left it in the car.
Oh, I don't think it was that cold.
Okay.
But the point of the story was I'm thinking, oh, he wants to kiss me.
Sorry, that food safety is not important to you.
This is a ruse. He wants to bring over my leftovers to give me a little smooch. He texts me to let me know he's here. I walk down. He rolls down his window and passes me the leftovers and drives off. And I never hear from him again. Can you believe that?
Why did he even bother with the leftovers then?
I don't know.
Did you come off as like really desperate for food?
I'm sure I did. This was years into my deep undercover.
Oh, yeah.
This was...
Bless him. What is he doing now?
Tough. I don't know, but if you're listening, hey.
What's his name?
I don't even remember.
You do.
No, I don't.
Okay.
That's not a. Oh, that wasn't a fake. I don't remember. When I'm acting, I'll go like this. Like, I don't remember.
You're really
Do you remember every guy you've ever gone on a date with?
Hell yeah. Oh my God. I remember everyone's names. I've never forgotten a name mid-date.
I do wish I'd have kept a diary growing up for this reason.
Oh, same. Just for my sexual health, I think I needed to keep a diary.
Ooh.
There's a few people I'd love to chase down.
Yeah.
That I left with an extra present or two. That I'd love to speak to.
Leftovers. Benihana leftovers.
Yeah, it's their own version of leftovers. And listen, sometimes it did make it feel like I was sitting
Honestly,
on a grill.
being ghosted but still getting leftovers, one of the best ghostings there can be.
That's true.
Yeah.
A ghost
if
comes
we look
by,
at it with
gives
that,
you food and leaves. I
Hell
don't mind that
yeah.
ghost. That's a friendly ghost. That's a friendly ghost.
5-star rating for Casper.
Do you have another one, or should we do a Death Equals Lady?
I do have. Let me see. I think I have a Death Equals Lady.
No.
Yeah. Should we?
I'm sorry, everyone.
Oh my God.
We just have so much to do.
We have a
late night gig tonight. I can't believe we said yes to this.
No, that's going to be fun. And we don't have to be in drag for that. But you should still wear this green grass crop top.
I might just hide in it all night.
Okay. I think it's written really beautifully. So can I read it to you?
Oh my God, please.
Okay. And now it's time for our... Oh, and by the way, we're rotted and gutted. So we like to do Death Equals Lady, but if you have any recent deaths in your life, or if you're just sensitive about it, protect yourself and skip forward, okay? Because right now it's time for Death Equals Lady. Hi, Alexis and Darby. I first started watching you about a year ago when I got sucked into a Can I See You Back Here K-hole and fell in love with your content and dynamic. Thank you. You make me want to be a shadier person and a nicer friend all at the same time, and I hope to meet y'all one day. I'm the nicer friend one. You're the shadier one.
You think you're the nicer friend?
Yeah.
Think about it honestly.
Well, just what we represent on the show.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. I have a cute Death Equals Lady story involving my adorable 410 Grammy, who is still very much alive and well, and hoping she remains this way long after the story is shared, as do I. As mentioned, my Grammy is the most adorable woman in the world, cherished by all. She is a single mother of 5 kids and went to college back before I even knew women were allowed to go to college. An all-around queen. Well, they were for a while, but any day now they're going to kick them out.
Oh, thank God.
When I was about 19 years old, I was talking to my mom about how crooked one of Grammy's fingers is because of arthritis, and how it must hurt her so much for her to crochet like that. My dad chimed in and said, I think she's old enough now to know why her finger is really like that. I thought, oh, what is this lore behind my Grammy's finger? Doesn't everyone have a Grammy with a crooked finger? It only seemed natural, although it was hiding deeper secrets.
What the fuck?
Intrigue. My parents proceeded to tell me that when my mom was growing up, Grammy started dating a man. This man was a real piece of work, and he got very angry at Grammy one day. He proceeded to push my sweet, angelic, globally loved Grammy and broke her finger. Luckily, Grammy never saw this man again, and he actually got put in jail. After the story seemed finished and I was processing the information, my mom goes, and the best part is, apparently he had a bee allergy. And guess what happened while he was in jail? He got stung by a bee and he died.
No.
I had never been strapped to see such a roller coaster of a death story without any indication that I was strapped to a roller coaster involving death. Hope this was a fun story about how my Grammy is so angelic yet powerful that she cast the most fierce and conspicuous revenge hex onto a man that wronged her. Love you both, Cass.
How did she break her finger from a push? She went to catch herself.
Maybe.
I thought he was going to say that the story was that because, back then they didn't have sex education. So when she started fingering herself, she did it too hard.
When I started reading this, I
in half.
actually did think that too.
Yeah.
Did you have a granny with a crooked finger?
You know what? I did. Because Winnie was like 92, so all of her fingers were going in different directions.
That's not funny.
It's true, though. They were crazy.
It's because women had to work back in that day.
Yeah, and she reminded us of that a lot because she kept all of her old tools around the house.
And then you made her coloring book pages for us.
That was Mama. That was a different one.
Oh, wait, which one was it?
Yeah, she can't keep my grandmother straight.
What's my grandma's name?
You have Grando.
Oh, I did have Grando. Yeah, she's dead.
And you have Grandma.
I did call her Grandma, and then at 17, what did she ask me to say? She asked me to change it to Mama, and I said I can't do that.
And I remember all of that but you can't tell the difference between Winnie and Mama.
Wait, Mama. Oh no, Mama is what mine wanted to call.
She has to relate it back to her.
Yeah.
Wow.
I heard that's autism. I'm trying to connect with you by relating a story that's about me, but you're taking it as
narcissism.
Narcissism, yeah.
Yeah. No,
Which it could be.
Yeah, it is.
It could be. We're not clinicians.
I'm a doctor. No, I am a doctor.
Yeah.
I watched Grey's Anatomy for like 4 seasons, and there's like 50 episodes per season.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I could have sworn I remember 10 years ago them saying this is the final season of Grey's Anatomy. And they keep saying it every year.
I think Shonda does it to be like, pay me a little more.
I love Shonda Rhimes.
I'm happy for her.
I'm obsessed with Shonda Rhimes.
She must be so insanely rich. I can't
Well, I hope she is.
it.
She deserves it.
I can't fathom
Uh-huh.
the amount of money that woman has. Good for her.
I hope it's unfathomable.
Well, it is. I can't fathom it.
Fathoms below.
Okay. This has been a killer episode. Listen, we have got to go. We have so much we have to do today.
Yeah.
Sorry
the
for
P
the shorter
today
one.
stands for, what did you say? Premier
Designs.
Premier Designs.
Gale.
From Gale. Yeah. What
Premier
did they do
Designs
there?
from Gale.
What did they do?
It was an MLM of costume jewelry for
Oh,
Jesus.
yeah. Men loving men for
Costume
Jesus.
jewelry for Jesus. So if you ever have the opportunity to buy jewelry from a Christian pyramid scheme, run, don't walk. Okay? Because it is, it's pretty great.
That is kind of Christianity pyramid schemes. Because
Thank
didn't
you.
the Christians build the pyramids?
Nope.
Or was it the Jewish people?
You really don't know.
I still don't understand how
was the
people
Jewish
are always
people.
saying, like, how did
Let
they build the
my
pyramid?
people go.
How did they build the pyramids? Like, it
was
seems like they just put the blocks on top of
Hebrew
each other.
people,
Huh?
The Jews, the OG Jews, the Hebrews. Let my people go.
Would you ever go in a pyramid if you had the chance?
Go in? I graduated in a pyramid.
What do you mean?
The Bass Pro Shop pyramid in Memphis. My high school graduation was in the Bass Pro Shop pyramid.
I want to go in
because
the
at the time
Egyptian
it was
I want to do
the
Mummy.
University of Memphis Tigers basketball
Yeah.
place. Now it's the Bass Pro Shop. But yeah.
I love a Bass Pro Shop. I'm not gonna lie. I
Me
love walking
too.
around there.
And because there's
It's
what do you
like
call 'em?
nature.
There's nature. Speaking of nature, Alexis and I will be at REI Burbank, which is very close to where we are now,
Yeah.
on June. We'll add it in post.
I think it's 12th.
Meatball's hosting, and Alexis and I will be there competing. We're going to be cooking in a cooking competition with only camping cooking equipment.
Something I have done before.
It's something that I will never do. So get excited. Come see Alexis cook while I stand there and I go, I don't understand what's happening.
And just remember, during this month of Pride, turn to your right and turn to your left and say, I'm happy that are you proud?
And if a trans woman turns to you and asks you that question, just let her have it. Yeah, I'm proud.
How are you going to know if I'm trans? What if I don't tell you?
It's the eyebrows. All right, we'll see you next week.
That,
Bye.
That was transphobic. We're done. That's enough.
Now you see why I manipulated you into becoming trans.
You didn't. Stop.
The jokes
People
were
are going to
too
believe
good.
you. People are going to believe you. Bye.
In my homosexual opinion, IMHO.